All right, so just kind of a quick update on some crypto news today. Coinbase will delist old versions of mobile, render, RBN, and SYN tokens on June 26th. Several of these tokens have ways that you can kind of update to their newer version. Some exchanges are doing this automatically. It seems that Coinbase maybe is not for a good amount of these. So there is some action that you have to take. So here it says again on the Coinbase Assets site or X account here, mobile render, RBN, and SYN are being delisted because new versions of these tokens have been released. As a result, the original versions of these tokens no longer meet our listing criteria. Trading for mobile, render, RBN, and SYN will be suspended on Coinbase.com, Coinbase Exchange, and Coinbase Prime. And then Render kind of posted about this. That was kind of the bigger coin, I think, of these few, at least the one that stood out to me. So Render actually, I guess, transitioned to a Solana SPL token. So you'll need to upgrade your Render to Render and go to upgrade.rendernetwork.com and then follow the instructions there. So I'd recommend, going on their X account, following their verified account links to go ahead and do that. And then kind of really the only other big news is that Bitcoin 2025 in Las Vegas kicked off today. So there's a couple clips I want to share with y'all. The first one's Cynthia Lummis talking about some Bitcoin bills that may get passed. Let's take a listen.
To the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. And they will probably roll out in that order. The Senate Banking Committee has passed the stablecoin bill out of committee. We're getting close to being ready to have it on the floor. We've worked for untold hours with the minority party to satisfy them, and we should be voting on it the week we get back from this break. Then we'll do market structure, and then we'll do the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. And at that time, we'll be calling on you to help members of Congress in your states understand the importance. It's so important strategic market structure.
Cool. So talking about that Bitcoin Strategic Reserve that she's been so actively working on and is working through the Senate and kind of laying out the steps that we may see to get that passed. Pretty cool stuff. Next here we have BlackRock Managing Director saying that Bitcoin has much higher upside than gold. They currently manage $11.5 trillion. Let's take a listen.
Firstly, I don't think one needs to look at the competition as zero sum, right? They are in many ways sort of different angles on a similar theme, a similar investment thesis and worldview, right? They both are global, scarce, decentralized, fixed supply assets, right? They're both detached from those traditional country and systemic risks, and that's why investors are drawn to them. And gold today is much less volatile and has a much longer history. But Bitcoin is digitally native in an increasingly digital world, is efficient to store, can be transferred anywhere in the world in near real time at near zero cost. So it has some significant advantages too. I think there's no question Bitcoin has much higher upside than gold and lower downside, right? And so there's different flavors of it that investors have, and many investors are going to own both. We see lots of investors adding to both. We see some switching from, maybe they were 100-0 gold Bitcoin and they went to 80-20 or they went to 50-50. We see a lot of that, but certainly as a category, as a sort of diversifier and hedge, Bitcoin and gold is growing. But it seems like, firstly, I don't think one needs to look at the...
So there you have it. The BlackRock Managing Director saying that a lot of the people that they, manage finances for are holding both. They're holding gold and they're holding Bitcoin. They're hedging their bets and investing in both. They're having, diversified portfolios. That's the way to do it. We all here, if you're listening to a cryptocurrency video, believe that Bitcoin is the future, but there's nothing wrong with holding gold as well. I think, diversification is a great way to reduce risk. And he's saying a lot of people are seeing the benefits of Bitcoin and the fact that it has such a high upside. And they're willing to diversify into it and take that risk. I mean, it's not even a risk at this point. Like, it's the hardest asset you could invest in, and BlackRock sees that now, which is pretty wild to see. Let's take a look at one more clip from Donald Trump Jr. Here we go.
Where do you see Bitcoin in 2 years and in 5 years?
I think I sort of alluded to it earlier, but I think we're going to the moon, guys. I mean, it's going to be awesome. Just stay in, stay strong. We're like I said, we're in it from all these different ways, whether it's Truth Social, whether it's what we're doing with American Bitcoin on the mining side, World Liberty Financial, on the DeFi platform stuff. I mean, we're true believers. We're guys that came from a different world. We saw what was missing. We saw how fragile those ecosystems were, how manipulated they were. I think we want to help and be a big part of the leading edge, of changing the future of that, again, of democratized finance. I think we're just at the forefront, and it's only going up.
Where do you see Bitcoin in
So there he is, Donald Trump Jr. saying that Bitcoin's going to the moon. I mean, that's the president's son. He's involved in a lot of what's going on in the administration, I'm sure. And he probably knows some things behind the scenes. And he's there speaking at the conference, as well as JD Vance, who I think will speak soon. I don't know, maybe tomorrow. So lastly, let's take a look at a Bitcoin chart. We're sitting at 109,000, just so close to those all-time highs that we hit just a few days back. Often at these Bitcoin conference weeks, the price dumps for whatever reason. It takes a hit and goes down. We're not seeing that yet. We're not seeing that right now. Again, we're sitting at near all-time highs, so things are looking bullish. I'll see if I can post some more clips of the conference throughout the next couple days, but just wanted to share a few there real quick. So thank you guys for having a listen, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.